This is One on One. We're pleased to welcome Mr. Bob Feinberg, founder and chairman of the board, Montclair Film, and also vice president and general counsel, WNET. So you know this place, huh?
I've been here. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, Bob. Montclair Film, huge, going into its 8th year. Was, quote, just a film festival. Now it's so much more.
Yeah, that's true. We started 8 years ago as an annual film festival, which grew year by year. Great acceptance in the community and beyond. About 3 years ago, our friends at Investors Bank donated a 6,000 square foot 1920s bank building right on Bloomfield Avenue in Montclair.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful building. We turned it into the Investors Bank Film and Media Center.
What goes on there?
We rebuilt the building. So we launched a capital campaign, which we've just completed, $3.5 million, to build out a 65-seat multi-purpose cinema, an education complex where we do classes, and administrative office space for our year-round staff, because we've really become a year-round arts organization, largely thanks to the building.
Right.
We do classes for kids, adults, in filmmaking, improv, comedy.
Storytelling.
Storytelling.
Push the storytelling thing.
So we started out with a vision about helping people tell their stories. Film, of course, but we've grown. So now we have a podcasting studio in our facility where we teach podcasting classes and where people can come record podcasts. We do live stand-up story slams. We invite people to come tell their stories. One night, the theme was cancer survivors, talking about how they survived that horrible disease. The first night was my first time. It was the first time we'd ever done it. We asked people to talk about the first time they did something. Don't smile like that.
It's the first time anything.
Anything. One of my most favorites, because I've got college-age kids.
That's right.
We had high school kids come read their college essays.
Get out of here.
It was fantastic.
That's
It's really
fabulous.
great stuff.
So it's so far beyond the great film festival that started 8 years ago.
Well, it really, it's grown. We've been embraced by the community. We've been embraced by the film industry, by filmmakers and by actors who come year-round. Last night we did a screening of a great doc about Jimmy Breslin and Pete Hamill.
I've heard about this. What's it called?
It's called Deadline Artists. It's going to air on HBO in the new year.
And you guys had a screening.
We did a members-only screening. We have so many people have joined to become members. The members-only screening sold out. Literally every seat in the theater filled. The three directors, John Block, John Holter, and Steve McCarthy.
Jonathan Holter, our good friend John Holter, who's a wonderful writer and also at NBC.
Exactly. They were there. We had a great Q&A afterwards. So we're doing things like that year-round. And then come May 3rd to May 12th, 2019, the festival. So what started out 8 years ago as about 5 days and 45 films, 7,500 people, this spring it'll probably be about 200 films, 10 days. We're on track. Probably about 30,000 people will come to see the films during the festival. So it's all good. It's great.
I know it's hard to get big names, right?
Well,
but, I don't know. My wife and I couldn't get there that night, but the word on the street is that Stephen Colbert, who's been very supportive, his wife Evie, and you working together on this. I guess it was a no-name actress that you...
She's going to be... I think she's got a future in front of her. Meryl Streep.
That's it, Meryl Streep.
Came and
Put this out here, guys.
Did a conversation. So, as you said, Evie is one of our original board members. She's the president of the board.
Right.
Stephen has been incredibly supportive. Every year, he's done an event for us, which is our gala. So, no linen napkins, no rubber chickens. Stephen does a conversation.
I was there for Jon Stewart. And also, he had our friend, does the political show, Stop. Help me on this.
John Oliver,
It's fabulous.
Jimmy Fallon,
The place is packed.
J.J. Abrams, Samantha Bee. This year, Meryl Streep. So we do this at NJPAC in the 3,000-seat Prudential Hall. You've been there.
Sold
obviously.
out.
Beautiful venue, sold out. And, you know, this is really one of the great things about Montclair and a great thing about the film festival. We bring out people. Stephen, pretty unique, but there's tremendous talent,
Sure.
and we've been able to, with the help of other sponsors. So Audible sponsors our conversation series. This past festival, Stephen sat down and talked with Ethan Hawke, talked with Rachel Weisz, talked with Bill Nye the Science Guy. Great stuff.
Let me ask you, Bob, because I remember when you were starting this, me, you, John Servideo, just sitting, you were talking, and you had this idea. Really? What do you want to do, Bob? Did you imagine this is what it would become? Because it's still, the story's still being told. Did you see this? You got a minute left. Go ahead.
No, I never thought it would grow as quickly and be so embraced by the community. I was afraid I was going to have to go back to people and say, I'm sorry, we tried. It didn't, you know, it's a good idea. It didn't work. It's amazing.
It's a great story. One person with a lot of other people, great idea, great community, celebrating film, storytelling, and keeping it alive. Bob, thank you so much.
Thank
Proud
you,
of everything
Steve.
you're doing.
Thanks.
Check us out, one-on-one, from the Tisch WNET studio right here in the heart of Lincoln Center. Thanks. Thank you, Bob.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by NJIT, RWJ Barnabas Health, MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, Investors Bank, New Jersey Sharing Network, NJM Insurance Group, and by New Jersey Resources. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.